Hello, welcome to a new episode from my Tank Off tutorial series, in which I seek to help you improve with your teamwork fundamentals inside Tank Off. This time around, we're going to look with some advanced tricks you can do against strong teammates and therefore carry your team towards victory. As always, to maximize your value as an all-around player, you must stay active across the entire map, always doing damage against the opponents who currently represents a threat against your team, constantly applying pressure everywhere and switching positions depending on how the game progresses. So, let's begin. Starting off, we kill Hayward, who is about to score a flag, and then immediately switch to offense since I'm in a position where I'm close to the red base, which means I can take the chance to score a flag. If there's not an opposing player flagging against you, it's always recommendable to take a path where the map brings you the most natural cover, making sure that you don't get sniped by multiple defenders shooting at you at a long straight line, ensuring that you will score the flag without issues. And after I scored the flag, I switch back to defense since I'm in position to protect my flag, and most importantly to keep doing damage and maximize my value as a teammate. Also, it's pointless to try to flag because we already have the lead, and it will take me about half a minute to set up for another flagging attempt. So let's focus more on doing damage and applying pressure. Since there's currently no activity from the blue base, and I already have multiple teammates in the blue base while another player is making a flagging attempt, I decide to rotate so that way when I get the flag for follow-up, the defenders will be out of position because they all chased my teammate flagging, and even if someone from red was attempting to flag, my teammates slowed him down enough so I can outrun and score another flag. Once again, after scoring the flag, I switch back to defense and keep looking for damage. But because the flagging activity from the red team is still low, I decide to get out of my base and help my teammate score the flag since he's being chased down by a red player. What you can do when your teammate is low on health, you can just be a cow by getting at your opponent's way, and slow him down so that way my teammate can escape and score the flag. It's always good to look for some team coordination whenever they need help. Plays like these make the difference. Like I mentioned before, you want to be annoying by constantly doing damage. And like I said in other videos, you can be aggressive by crashing your enemies at full speed, which is equal to even more damage. Another big tip, the right-click mouse is not just for reverse shooting, it's also useful to look around the map to see where's every player in the map, and depending on their locations, you make the decision that could give you the most value. For example, I just used my right click and I saw that there are 4 teammates defending, and since my final teammate is attempting to flag, I make the rotation to do some offense. Since there's only one red defending, I can just fight him one-on-one to take him down, until I got smoked by Gunner. Yikes. But that's okay, because that means that their offense is currently weak, and we can just keep applying pressure to the red base without allowing them to have a chance to create a counterattack. Another advanced trick is that while you're flagging, you can shoot the chaser while you're running forward, which is very effective because I can take down the defenders while moving. And because of that, I also outrun my opponent trying to score the flag. It takes practice, but it pays off. Another trick for defense is that when you're chasing a flagger who is low HP and there's another player waiting for the follow-up, I stop shooting until they're about to reach their base, because if I kill him right away, the red player can take the follow-up flag for free. Unfortunately, my teammates weren't smart enough to see that, and they killed him, allowing the red player to get that free follow-up, which forces me to set up in the map. When you do that, you always want to make your tank face at the direction where the flagger is running so you can follow him. Since he's going back, I can predict where he's going to move, and that way I do a perfect full-speed crash sideways that completely obliterated him. When you're attempting to crash, make sure you hit them sideways to pierce through the tank's mass center to deal the most damage. Once again, I'm in position to flag. Another flagging trick is that you can make your tank crash yourself on purpose while there's anyone chasing you. That way you make the chaser go in front instead of the back, and finishing them is a lot easier while you also completely mess up their movement. So far, we have a 6-0 lead, but that's not because the teams were quote-unquote unfair, or because I have a stacked team. It's because my decision making and execution has been flawless. I was always doing damage and being annoying while switching roles and assisting teammates. And because of all that constant value I was producing, my teammates were capitalizing on that, even if their gameplay was not close to perfect, and that's how I win at least 80% of my games. You can just win by just being active without heavily relying on your team. In fact, I'm not mainly relying on my team, but I make them rely on me to make their job a lot easier, making them actually look like valuable teammates no matter what strengths and weaknesses they have. If you lose a game is not because your team sucks, it's because you didn't play good enough. Anyways, back to doing damage against the threats, in this case this flagger who is completely killable, and then I can rotate back to offense, doing the same sequence as the entire match. If you can't flag, what you can do is deal damage against defenders before dying. So maybe a teammate can flag. You can also practice some climbing tricks to escape from defenders. I highly recommend exploring some of those tricks which can work on your favor. I also recommend practicing with your steering, because a steering mistake can completely cost you the entire flag run, like right now, hahaha. Now, it's time to just finish this game by keep doing damage, since we already won because we have a 6 flag lead with less than a minute remaining. And that's going to be it. Finishing off with 4 flags and 13 kills, I got those stats because I was constantly doing damage. Every kill was against threats while my rotations were nearly perfect, always catching the defenders out of position while denying the flaggers as well. Thank you so much for watching this video, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the game.